Hey guys, it's Ryan with My Listing Club. In this video, we're going to be covering the new My Listing 2.10 update that was released on April 4th, so about a week ago now. We're going to just run through the entire change log and look at this firsthand here in this video and see how these new features and settings look, comparing it to the previous version. I'm also going to show you how to recover from a broken theme update. So we'll do that live here as well. And we're going to take a look at the Fit Starter site. Specifically, that's going to break because of this update. I already know that's the case. So we're going to run through that together and fix it. We're also going to look at taking some previous code snippets and things like that were needed before this new My Listing update came out. So we're going to live in this video, replace those old features, those old workarounds with these new features and see how those look. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. I posted this to the Facebook group. If you're in other My Listing groups, I'm sure they posted it as well, or if you're in the support forums or whatever. But My Listing 2.10, so 2.10, and there's now 2.10.2 to fix some bugs. But this is the article that was published on Medium, where they sometimes publish their updates. So this is a major update, in my opinion. Lots of cool stuff in it. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive in here. So right off the top, we've got listing package limits. With this update, site admins have more control on listing packages. Now you can set how many listings can be added using a package for each listing type. This will give you more options to monetize your website. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at that. For this video, we're going to be using the staging site of the Fit Starter site. So don't hold it against me if you see any slowness or things like that, because it's staging. Staging is going to be slower just inherently, okay? So I wanted to use staging just because we're going to be making live changes, and I highly recommend you make the theme update and changes like that to your staging site first before hitting your live site. So we're doing a real world scenario right now. Okay, so here I am on the Fit Starter site, and I'm going to go under Appearance and just show you that we're using the old version of the theme. So we're going to click on the parent theme, and we see here that we're 2.9.10. Okay, so we need to get up to the latest version, which is 2.10.2. So I'm going to show you real quickly how easy it is to update the theme. You don't need any extra plugins, as long as you know that there was an update. It's just really simple just to overwrite the theme by simply uploading the new version. So you click Add New Theme. And again, do this in staging first and make sure you test everything. There was a bug that came out in 2.10, which is why we're at 2.10.2 now. So that's why you test things in staging first and find those bugs if there are any. Okay. So we clicked Add Themes. We're just going to click Upload Theme, choose File. We're going to browse to that downloaded update, the theme update from ThemeForest, and just double click that and click Install Now. WordPress is going to ask you if you want to overwrite the existing theme. So here we go. Do you want to overwrite 2.9, the old version, let's just say, with the new version? And just say Replace active with uploaded. It's just that simple. You've updated the theme. Okay. All right. So now that we've done that, again, let's look at this very first feature that they've come out with here, listing package limits. So for that, we need to go to listing types. Let's just open gem here, the gem listing type. And right off the bat, we see an issue. So I knew this was going to happen. This is part of this video. I wanted to show you how to recover from this. So this is caused because there was some custom code added to the child theme for this starter site. Okay. So you may have, a lot of people have custom code added to the child theme. You may see issues just like this for your own site. This is why you need to test things before you roll them out. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you how to recover from this. It took me a bit to track down what this was. So what it is, I'm going to go ahead and refresh here. So what I'm using is FileZilla. I highly recommend everybody have this application or a similar one on your local workstation to where you can browse the files of your website in case it goes offline. Okay, so if you can't access it online, you need a way to get into those files. And this is a free program for Mac or Windows users. Okay, so I am, as it says here in the top here, see if I can zoom in, or we're connected to Fit Staging here. Okay, so we're in the staging site. We're going to browse to public, WP content. And I already know this is the case, so that's why I'm going through this, able to go through this so fast. So we want to go to the parent theme. Okay, and I know it's a file that's in the includes folder, utils folder, and utils. This is the file that the parent theme, the update to the parent theme changed. There's a change in there that's broke things. Okay, I'm going to delete. Well, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you this file that's over on the left-hand side is on my actual workstation, and it contains the actual fix. Okay, so for the sake of time, the fix is in there, so I'm just going to copy that up. Okay, so what I did was I took the new file from the parent theme, I copied it down to my local workstation, I made the changes that I need to make, and then I'm going to upload that corrected file to the site. Okay, so again, we are in the parent theme. Okay, I copied that file down to my workstation, I edited it. I can quickly show you what was edited in here in case you are a customer of this starter site and you want to fix this yourself. So if you scroll down to line 314, this right here just needs to get added back to this updated file from the new theme, right? So again, let's go through it one more time. This is the updated files for the parent theme. I copied it. I identified that it was this utils file, okay, that needed to be adjusted. So I copied this down to my workstation. I compared that file to my custom file, and I found the differences in what needed to be done. Okay, so again, on the left-hand side, this is the fixed file. Okay, so now what we want to do is browse to the child theme. We're going to go to the same location, same file structure, folder structure, includes, utils. Okay, so this at this stage, this is the old broken file. Over on the left again, this is my updated file that works. Okay, so I'm just going to drag this over. I'm going to choose to overwrite what's there. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my website and just refresh this page. Okay, we see that it's fixed. Okay, so this is just a good lesson of why you want to do this in staging, why you always run a backup before you update major plugin releases, major theme releases, things of that nature. You could have broken way worse than what I just broke. Like I just broke the back end. What if you broke the front end? So that's just another important lesson to update this stuff the correct way. Okay, so we fixed that issue. All is good there. So now we're back to this first feature, listing package limits. So for that, we go into our listing type and we go to packages. Sorry, I am totally brain farting this. Listing package limits. We need to actually go to the product. So let's see. Products. My fault on that. So we're going to edit one of our listing packages here. So let's just pick one. Fit for annual. This is a listing subscription package. And if we scroll down here, we're going to see this new feature called Add Listing Limit by Type. Okay, and right now it's just default. It's saying I've got the package set to allow 4 listings of any type, right? But what if you want to limit that? So we could drop down this default selector here, and let's say we want people to be able to do 4 listings, but for whatever reason, we want class, so we select class. Let's go back to default. Let me update this. Sorry, again, it's on staging, so it's going to be a little bit slower here. Okay, so we go back here and listing limit 4, and then we have the default selection. So as soon as we click class here, it's going to open up another field right above this, and you'll see it pop in. There we go. So now we can say out of this 4, we want class to be able to do 2 listings. And then let's say coach, we want them to be able to do 1. And then let's say gym, they can do 1. Okay, so it just depends how you want to divvy this up. As the MyListing developers correctly said, this is a way to monetize further. It's a really cool feature. Okay, so that is that. Moving on down, fill form to claim listings. So for this one, we're going to jump over to our listing types. And let's go into gym. And here we're going to see a new tab under the general tab. So general packages, claim form. And what you can do here is you can add any of these custom fields. So let's say text, and then you jump in here, you can give it a label, whatever you want, a custom key, make sure that that key is unique. So you could say, I don't know, business name. Let's just call it biz name. And then you can do like the key, just make sure the key is unique, biz name. You can give a description to help them know how to fill out the form. Just if you're used to MyListing, this is going to be second nature to you. You're going to understand this. You can do minimum length of characters, max. You can require the field, and you can add multiple. So it doesn't have to just be one. So it could be biz name, biz category. I don't know, whatever you can think of, dream up to make it so that you are verifying who these people are. Like, how do these people prove that they own this listing? So maybe it's they give their name and their email. You know, you could do a text, could just be a plain text email field. You could do some sort of a number, like a code, like maybe you mail out in mailings like secret codes or, you know, whatever, QR codes or whatever. And then that could be done with like the file upload. They could upload their QR code or just an image that says like a certificate, like they own this business, you know, just lots of different ways that you can verify it. That's a really cool feature in my opinion. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say that. So as you see here on their little GIF here, click claim listing, you're going to select the package, and then it's going to give you, these are the fields we're looking at: proof of ownership, submit claim request. Okay. So really cool stuff there. Moving on down, save listing submissions for later. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Before this feature, you had to complete your listing or you lose it. So this is a really nice feature. It's going to give this save as draft option down here in the bottom right. Yeah, just a really awesome feature. People will get busy, things come up, they have to take a phone call, they have to pick their kids up from school or whatever it may be. So having that option is just saved as draft and come back. It's going to save those abandonments, those listing abandonments. And that frustrates users to no end. Yeah, really cool feature there. Admin access to listing stats. Before this, there was a workaround. So that workaround can now be, I could actually delete that post now. But I think that post still has value to it, so I'm probably going to leave it up. And it's very simple to use. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to leave it up yet, but I'm going to show you how this looks. So if we go to the front end of this site, and I go to the listings here, we see that we have this stats type box right here. So by default, I own, because I built the site and I'm logged in as me, I own all of these listings. So naturally I can see all the stats. I can click on the little stats icon there and I can view all the stats for them. But what if I didn't own the San Antonio gym listing? That wasn't mine as an admin, right? As an admin, you may not own any of the listings. Okay, so this could be, could be empty. So what I've got here is on my other screen, I've got pulled up a test user. So I'm going to go to listings here, and I'm going to assign a listing to that test user. So I'm going to go San Antonio Gym, edit this listing. I'm going to scroll down here to the author, and I'm going to change the author to my test user. Oops. So I'm setting it to my test user. I'm applying it. Okay, so that listing we see here is updated. Should be ready to go. Now, when I refresh this page, this San Antonio Gym should drop off this initial view. There we go. So we see that it's dropped off. Now, if I pull over my other, where I'm logged in as that test user, so let me pull that over here. This is my test user, and I'm going to go to, again, sorry, it's staging and whatever else causing slowness right now. I'm going to click on that test user, go to their dashboard, go to their listings. There we go. So now we see, they can obviously see the stats of their listing and whatnot. But me as the admin of this site cannot by default, before this new update to my listing, I could not see that without a little bit of a workaround. But now you can just click this stats type and click the drop down and click site wide. Account's going to show like your listings, okay, which it already shows by default. But if I do site wide, that's weird. That should come up with, huh, that's strange. Oh, I see what it did. Okay. It was this change that we were viewing the wrong status. Okay. So we want to see published site wide. Somehow that got switched. I don't know how. There we go. So now that we switched it to site wide, we can see that San Antonio Gym again. If I was to take this back to just my account, it's just going to be back to that default view, which is the listings that I own. Okay. So I'm going to switch back to site wide so I can view the listings for San Antonio Gym, which is owned by that test user now. Okay. So you just click stats and there you go. Really, really cool feature. You no longer need the workaround. Yeah, really cool stuff. Okay, so let's continue on. Bracket syntax for views and unique views. So as you see here in the screenshot, that it allows you to add these views and unique views now to the listing preview cards. So for that, we just jump over here to our listing type. We will edit gym again. We'll go to the preview card. And now, just for fun, let's just take everything out of these head buttons here. We're just going to add another button here. We'll call it, let's do views first, just so we know what it is. So here's the views. Unique views was one of them, right? So let's go back here. Bracket syntax for views and unique views. Okay, so let's type the word views. We'll put a colon here, and then our brackets. So left bracket, and then we're going to call up views. Okay, so there we go. And let's just keep that right where it is, and let's type in unique views, colon, and then call up the unique views with syntax. So bracket, unique, there we go. Okay, so we've added those. Let's go ahead and update. And what I like to do, so MyListing gives you this regenerate cache, so it's going to reconfigure what those listing preview cards do and look like when you click this regenerate cache based on this new configuration. What I like to do is do this in a new tab, just a little pro tip, because it's going to run it. But otherwise, if you see here, let's just say I was to not open this in a new tab and I just click that regenerate cache button. That's what you would see right here. But when I click go back, you see, it doesn't take you back to the listing type. So that's why I like to do that in a new screen. Okay, so let's go to the front end here. Let's go to the Explore page for gyms. Okay, and there we go. So now we see in the preview card, views and unique views. And you can style this different ways, totally up to you. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. And you don't have to just put it where I put it. You don't have to just do it in the head buttons. You can do it in any of these locations that you want. So below the title, you could actually throw an icon in there. So like you could do, say like a chart. So that's going to give you the icon, and they're going to use that syntax again. Let's do views. Save our listing type. Again, regenerate cache in a new tab. And let's see what the difference is. So I'm going to duplicate this. I don't know how this is actually going to turn out because I did a unique layout for these for this particular site. So let's just see what happens. There we go. You can see it down here. There's an icon, and then the chart, and then the number, and then there's a lot of really cool things that you can do. So if you're familiar with the shortcodes area of MyListing, so theme tools and then shortcodes, I'm guessing you would have no problem just picking an icon here. So let's just choose chart. Grab that same chart icon. We're going to grab that shortcode. Let's go back to our listing type, preview card. Let's get rid of this one, get rid of this one, this one. Let's go back to our initial thing that we had going here. Let's just say we were interested in unique views. Okay, we can drop that shortcode in here for the icon, put a space there, and let's see how this looks. Okay, regenerate cache in a new tab. Wait for that to finish. Okay, and now let's refresh our Explore page. There we go. So I would just need to put a space between the icon and the name there. But yeah, really, really cool, really, really powerful stuff. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Next up is Elementor performance improvement. This drives me crazy. I appreciate them for all these updates, but this to me is just, I'm just going to be flat out honest. This is just lazy. We should know at some level what this stuff is. It's just, Elementor is too volatile and has its own stuff, issues that we have to work through as site admins. To me, we should have been given something else here. Like, this could be breaking things. Like, just give us something to look for. I'm sorry, I got to be blunt there. This is just, other themes aren't doing this. They will tell you like what, some sort of hint as to what it is that they did. So yeah, I don't like that. Everything else is good so far. I don't like that. Okay, copy schedule to other days. So if you had a listing, for example, let's go back. Let's pull up a listing for a coach. So let's just find a coach in here. All right, let's do this one. They probably want to, I'll show you on the front end. I think that's where we got to show you. So let's edit this listing on the front end. And let's find the hours here. So here we see this new option, copy schedule to other days. So we see here that every day here is set by appointment only. So let's say Monday, we wanted to change this, open all day, copy schedule to other days. Just click this button. So as of now, we see Monday is open all day, Tuesday is by appointment only. So I have not tested this, but if I'm understanding this correctly, when I click this button, it should go to all of those days automatically. So let's see what happens. Oh, that's even better. Okay, that's cool. So you can say all days or you can be selective. So that's cool. So let's go ahead and do all days here. This is smart. See, I'll give these people compliments when it's definitely due, and this definitely due in this case. A little bit of formatting needs to change, but that could also be because of the custom stuff that I have done myself. So I will need to look at this and update the starter site most likely to make this look good for everybody. But yeah, I'm going to copy that schedule to all other days. Click this button that you can't see here now, but I'll fix that. So there we go. So Mondays all day, Tuesdays all day, beautiful. So that's pretty cool. Okay, moving on. Upload size limits. Again, this is another thing where, like the stats, where there's a workaround where you can set this site wide. So I'm going to leave that post too, and the reason up on the MyListing Club, and the reason being is that with a code snippet, you can do this all in one shot. So if we look at this listing, let's go here. Let's go find some images here. There we go. So under the media section here, you see I like to add some education and a link to an app, a free app to where they can compress their images and things like that. And then give some guidance. Can't upload images larger than 1 meg, because then if you click on this and you try to do that, it's not going to allow you to do that. Okay, and that's site wide here. So it's going to cover any images image fields that you have, whether it's here it's the cover image, here it's the gallery, here it's another bonus gallery. If they have a logo, whatever, however many image fields that you have, that code snippet that you can get is just going to apply it to site wide. This is a really cool feature. Do not get me wrong. It's awesome, especially if someone's coming into MyListing and they don't know that snippet exists that I'm telling you about. So what you can do is you can go into the listing type. Let's go to fields. We're in that media section I just showed you here. So let's go to cover. So now you can jump in here and say whatever. So 1024. We see that it's in values in kilobytes. So 1024 would be equal to 1 meg. Okay. So that's really cool. It's a quick way to do it. I don't know if it says anything. Let's try this out. Let's set that to 1024. Let's also go here and WP code box where I have that code snippet. Limit image upload size. I'm going to go ahead and just toggle this off because one of the cool things too about that snippet is it actually gives you an error message to help guide you. So let's see what happens now when I turn that off. Let's refresh this listing. Okay, so we did that for, I think we did it for the cover image. Let me make sure. Sorry, I forgot. Let's go here, cover image. Yeah, so we did it for the cover image. So let's find that here. Okay, so let's just try. Let me think if I have an image. Bear with me one second. Let me see if I can find a really huge image on my computer somewhere. I think I've got one. Yeah, hold on one second. I definitely have one here. So I'm pulling that up. Cool, there's one that's 2 meg. All right, so I'm gonna copy that to my computer here. Okay, so now let's try to replace this cover image, which previously did fall under the 1 meg. Let's try to upload this 2 meg file. And it actually did it. It allowed that to come in there. Let me just be absolutely sure. Let me pull it down even a bigger file. All right, here's one that's 11 meg. It's massive. Okay, let me try to pull that one in. So we're in the cover image. We limited it to 1 meg. That one can come in. Now let's pull in that huge image. Okay, so it allowed that. So the only thing I can think of is when I click save changes here, it's going to throw the error at that point. Bonus gallery needs to be one of the following. Yeah, so it's not really, it doesn't seem to be working. Let me make sure I'm in the right listing type. We're in gym. I probably have the wrong. All right, let me make sure I've got the right one here. So let's go find a gym listing. I'm going to make sure that I've got this right. Oh, I think I was under class, so I think that's my bad. Okay, so let's go back here. We've got our code snippets turned off. We're in the gym listing type. We are under cover image. We've limited the cover image to 1 meg. Okay, so that's good. So let's make sure. I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing here. So we're going to edit the gym listing again. Okay, so now let's do the cover image. And let's do the one that's 2 meg. Okay, there we go. This attachment exceeds. All right, that's cool. All right, I can live with that. So at this point, I'll document everything, but I'll put a note in there that you don't necessarily need this snippet anymore unless you just want to drop this snippet in and be done with it all across your entire website. So it still holds a ton of value in my opinion. But definitely if you're not aware of that snippet, then this works too. Okay. Another really cool thing too about this update is that you can do it on a per field basis. So whereas the code snippet I'm showing you here, this is on across the entire site. So while it does save you time in that regard, like what if you want the cover image to be a 2 meg limit, whereas you want a logo to be like 1 meg limit? You see what I'm saying? So you can get more granular there. So I'll put a note for that code snippet post just to let people know the options. Okay, so that's upload size limit, publish, unpublished listings. So this is pretty self-explanatory, as you see here in their screenshot. It allows people to this is a really cool thing, by the way. So if you have a listing package, for example, that has says you can upload 10 listings, have 10 published listings at once. Maybe you want to bring another listing online temporarily and take another one off. So you free up that listing slot so you can bring another listing on board. This would be useful for that. Or another thing is maybe you just, you're running a sale or something like that and it's part of a listing and you want that sale's over and you want to pull that off. Or like an event is also a similar thing where you publish it and then, okay, it's done until next year. Let's publish it again now so you can free up those listing slots. So really, really cool stuff. Moving on down, carousel options. So with the starter site, we'll go to the home page here. Really happy, really happy about this one. So moving on down here, this starter site has this carousel, right? So you see that it's on autoplay right now. So it's just playing on its own. If I go to the home page here, let's edit that with Elementor, and then really quickly I'm going to show you. There's a snippet, listing feed carousel autoplay. This snippet now is no longer needed. So really excited to have this snippet go away entirely. So that's great. That is now replaced by this new feature. I'm going to show you here in a second. What I found, also just a tip here, if you've already got this configured, an autoplay listing feed configured on your site, what I found was when you edit that feed, even though you don't have the carousel customized yet, that it automatically autoplays already, which we're seeing here. Even if I go into WP Codebox and I turn off, at least that's how it was working for me. When I turn off that code snippet and refresh the homepage, I found that that carousel just kept running on autoplay regardless. So let's go ahead and refresh and see what happens. Yeah, of course, it's not going to do it for me now. Well, that's cool. That's how it should work. It should not autoplay on its own. So that's great. It was autoplaying for me for some reason. Anyway, so ignore me on that. So what you can then do is edit that feed, go in here, as long as it's set to carousel, say customize it. So turn it on. You can change the, these little arrows here. You can change those to dots if you want, which is what I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to switch those to dots. I just think that's a cool look. There we go. So there's the dots now showing. I like that look. Okay. And then next thing up is I want to autoplay it. So as soon as I toggle that on, we're going to start to see that listing feed. There we go. So that's going. It's doing exactly what that snippet was doing. And then you can control the speed, get that down however you want. Loop items, then if you want it to get to the end and stop, or as it is by default, it's just going to loop. It's just going to keep playing that over and over again, which is what I will use. Okay, really, really cool feature there. Okay, moving on down, compare modal improvements. So for this, if we go to the Explorer, let's go to Coaches here. And let's say I want to compare this one, and we do compare. So you click that compare down here in the bottom, and here's the comparison. So one of the features, if I go back here, several improvements. Empty fields will not show anymore. For that to work, both fields need to be empty. So let's say, for example, gender. The only way gender will disappear here is if both of these compared listings don't have an entry. Okay, so that's what that means, which that's a cool feature. The other one is work hours will show the schedule for the whole week. So that is what this is right here. Let me show you a comparison. So here we're looking at the live site. So this is the live starter site without that new, without the theme update applied. So if we do the by comparison, sorry about that. Oh, sorry, I'm clicking on too many things here. All right. There we go. Okay, so you see the difference. Before the update, it's just showing you, okay, today's appointment only. It's just basically showing you today. Whereas now with the update, you're seeing the whole schedule. Okay. So current status, that's cool. You can't actually see that. So it's to be expected though. I've got to just update the styling of the starter sites, and not a problem. So it's just like any updating any website. There's going to be changes, especially major updates. You're going to have to adjust some things. Like this is a feature when I built the starter site that wasn't there. So, it's got to be accounted for design wise. So, yeah. Okay. So what else here? Also, the date fields will show in the correct format. So I will just take their word for them on that. And so far so good there. So check that out for yourself. If you had date fields in there, I don't think actually, I might be able to check this for us here. So classes, I might be able to do it before and after. Okay, yeah, okay, we've got dates in here, so let's see how this is different. Oops, classes. All right, so we are in classes. We're going to pull up those exact same listings and compare those. I'm not seeing, am I seeing a difference? Not seeing a difference, but maybe it has to do with the specific format that you are using for your site, whether it's the time zone setting that you have configured, or you have a snippet or something that you're doing something special with the time zone. I'm not seeing a difference though on this particular site. Okay, next up, filter similar listings by custom taxonomy. So this one is pretty simple. If we go to a listing type, edit a listing type, and under single page similar listings, you'll see now that the custom taxonomies appear in here. Okay, if we compare this to the live website that has not been updated, I'll just keep saying live website instead of not updated. If we look at this and we go to single page, similar listings, we don't see that option for custom taxonomies in there like we do now. Okay, so that's what that one is. Pretty cool stuff. Text and image to heading fields. So what this one is we go back to the fields of our listing type. Let's say we have a heading in here. So I've got media here. Now they've given us the option to add an image right here. So you can add an image, and you can also add a description here. Whereas before, if we look at that same heading, we didn't have that. We just had an icon, and that's basically it, okay, and the label. So pretty cool stuff there to help give guidance. I could see this like right off the bat for the details. So if you look at how I built this, so if we go and we add a listing, actually, let me just go back and edit a listing here. Okay, so you see how at the top here, I did a custom heading and then I injected a link here so they can click this and they pull up a form if they have questions. So another thing you could do is take that same principle and maybe add it to right here in the details. I don't know if it takes, we could find out here. I don't know if it takes HTML or what. Find out. So let's do, let's just see if it takes HTML in here. So description, let's do a ref equals mylisting.club. Click for help. Okay, we'll see if that injects a link in there. Save. My guess is that it won't, but I could be wrong. I'm not seeing where it's showing in there. Let me close the home page here, leave. All right, let me go back to this field. Let's go back to the details. I'm going to try this in a different one because I kind of do this a little differently. So I'm going to put this in, let's see, not there. I'm going to put it in the second one here under booking. So let's drop it in here. Let's say click to book or whatever. Okay, let's refresh our submit form here. And under booking, yeah, I am not seeing it. I am not seeing it. I don't know if it's something with, I don't know what it is. I'll have to look and see what that is, but Let's just try dumping regular text in here. Yeah, I am not seeing it. Let's try adding an image. Let's go here. I'm gonna go back to the booking one again. Let's go back to booking. Let's just put in text. Let's put in an image. Oh, all right, guys. I keep messing this up. So it's my fault. I'm editing a gem listing type, but I'm actually editing a class on the front end. That's my fault. Let me go back to classes or gems here. Okay, let's try this again. So again, my fault, not the theme's fault. Okay, so let's go to details again. Let's go to the details form heading. We've got some text added in there. I'm gonna again put that link in here, see if it works. So ahref equals mylisting.club. Click here. All right, let's see what that gets us. Update. Okay, so maybe it just doesn't like the link, so let's try that. We're in gem. Let me make sure again, I'm editing a gem. Yeah, Chicago gem. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's go here. I'm going to try a few different things here. Go back to booking. Let's put the link in this one. Just trying to see if I can trigger this somewhere and see what is possible here. Okay, still nothing in details. Let's go down to booking. Yeah, I am not seeing that this is doing anything. I don't see any images showing in there. Let's just double check. Let's make sure it's not anything to do with the custom stuff that I put in here. So let's just kill WP Code box altogether. So that gets rid of all the custom CSS, literally every code snippet's gone now. So well, it should be gone. There shouldn't be any caching because it's staging. Let's just try clearing it just for fun anyway. Oh, I see why. I'm on the wrong URL. So it's like, oh, that's my bad, guys. I keep brain farting this. The link got changed and I didn't notice it. So let's go back here. Turn WP Code box on again. I didn't think that was it. I just totally brain farted it. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go to gems. Okay, let's try this again. Let's edit this. So there we are in the correct site. There we go. So it is working. There's the images, and it actually does accept HTML because there's our button. So if I click this, it should go to the MyListing Club website. It went somewhere. Go back here. And we could do like a target equals underscore blank, so it goes to a new, opens in a new browser tab. All right, let's see what that gets us there. But you get the idea. It is definitely working. Okay, let's try the link again. New browser tab. There we go. All right, so that's working. Cool. So that's really cool. Yeah, just that could open some creativity there on how to give like more, education. Oh, so it is working. So there's the text right there. So again, it just needs some CSS to change that text color, but it is working. So this is another really cool way to potentially add education in here. So you can give education for what to expect within each section of your form or something like that. So, and then like here you see, like as I mentioned, this links to that pop-up, but you could then do a pop-up for each individual section that has different information it's trying to collect. Really cool stuff. All right, I think I've stayed on that one long enough, and you get the idea. Other changes: relist button for all listings. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what that was for. Relist. Actually, I don't even know that I ever did find that relist button. I think that's one actually I couldn't even figure out what that is. So maybe you guys out there can tell me. Relist button for all listings. Like if I'm back here in listings, is that what they're talking about? It's not there as it's, are you in here as the admin and you can do something back here? Let's come back to this. I have an idea where this might pop up. Maybe I'm just brain farting this too. Relist button for all listings. I'm not sure what that is. All right, let's look at this one. Select default view in mobile for the Explore widget. So for this one, we edit the Explore page or Explore pages, depending on how your site's built. And let's find that here. We're going to edit this with Elementor. So by default, if we look at our Explore page, and let's go ahead and inspect the page, and you can also just view this on your phone too, but I obviously can't do that for this video. So let's just go ahead and switch our browser over to a phone. And we see here that the default view is not the map view, but it's the Explore view, the listings view. But now, because of this update, we update the Explore page and we edit the widget, so the 27 Explore listings widget, and we scroll down, and now we see, where did I see that? Staring right at it. There we go. Sorry, it's right at the top. Mobile default view. So results is what they call it. Okay. So now if I switch this to map, in mobile view, it's gonna be this view. So it's gonna flip over to this by default instead of the results or list view. One thing I did notice though is if by some chance that you X this out or don't have anything chosen there, let's go ahead and do that. Refresh this. If someone happens to share this with the developers, this bothers you or whatever, you come across this and you can't figure out what happened, I would actually recommend that they set a default here no matter what, just so it's not a blank screen. So if for some reason this doesn't get set, there's at least something to view here. Or maybe you like this. I don't know. Totally up to you. But add captions to images that use the theme's lightbox. I'm going to open up my email real quick here. I have a ticket open for this because I can't get this to work. I don't have a response yet. But let's quickly look at this. If I go into a listing and I click on one of these cover images, it brings up open the lightbox. Okay, so let me inspect this image. And here we see that it is, this image that I'm looking at is bonus gallery 6. So let's find that image. Bonus gallery 6. Okay, let's go ahead and give this image a caption. So we're in the caption field, and we're going to say, my listing is cool. Update. Okay, so now if I refresh this listing, I should see, I would think, I should see a caption on that image. And I don't. So this is what I created a ticket for in the help desk. Because either I'm not seeing it or it's a style, something with the styling. I asked them to show me where I should be seeing this. Is it at the bottom? Maybe it is down there and I just can't see it. So I'd like to know, if you guys know and can let me know, that'd be cool. I just want to make sure that it's not a bug and it's something I'm doing. But I'm not seeing anything anywhere. Another thing that I could do that I'm not sure I did before, so let me just disable WP Code Box so there's no custom CSS coming into play. And let me go ahead and refresh. I think I did this before opening the ticket, but and this is actually the wrong. It's something to do when you do a staging site, like sometimes the URLs of the listings get messed up. So this actually might be fine. So I'm going to put this back over to the let me update the URL here. What I'm doing now is just making sure the URL stays on the staging site and doesn't flip over to the live. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. Okay, so here it is. That's cool. All right, so now if I look at that, I'm still not seeing it. We see all the styling's gone, so that tells me that WP Code Box is not kicking in any custom styling. We are on the staging website, and I'm not seeing anything in here that has a caption. Okay. Anyway, so that is that. Okay, so I'll let people know if I find anything out there about that one. So that's that one. Add support for variation images in product page. I have no idea what this is. I tried to figure this out. I have no idea what they mean by this. So if I go to products, I don't even know if this is what they're talking about. So if I go products and I edit an actual listing package, so it's something that it would be a MyListing type of product. I'm not seeing anything new in here that has to do with images at all. It's just the same stuff. Over here on the right side, product image, product gallery, it's all the same stuff. So then I thought, well, is it a product, the product field in a listing type? So let's try that. So I added a product in here, product select, custom field. I'm not seeing anything special about images in here. Was it something in the packages? So I went into here, nothing there. MyListing doesn't have a custom product widget for Elementor. It just uses the WooCommerce one, so there shouldn't be anything in there. Yeah, if you guys know, let me know. But I don't know what this is, and I don't know why this doesn't work, and I don't know what relist button for all listings means. Yeah, so that is pretty much it, I think, for the major things I wanted to talk about. Let's go through this list and make sure. Check all listings, brackets, ability to publish, unpublish, Elementor improvement, copy the schedule. We did that. Enable caps. We did that. Select view, add captions. Add lightbox to image widget. That's cool. I guess it's not a earth-shattering change, but that's cool. Over this one, I still don't know what this one is. Back button, that's just a cool small improvement. Added grid view to the gallery block. Okay, that's cool. And then a bunch of minor fixes that may affect you. I'm trying to see if there's any major ones here. Locations, a lot of import export stuff. Location hours. All right, any fixes are great. I highly welcome anything that's fixing issues. So I'm not downplaying those by any means, but the sexy stuff is up here at the top, and I think I've covered it all. Again, if you notice some of the things that I struggle to find, or maybe something's working for you, like the captions are working for you, if that's important to you and you've set that up, let me know where I'm missing that. Outside of that, I hope you got something from this video. The last time I did a video like this from a major MyListing update, I was asked to do it again in the future when these updates come out, and I enjoy doing these. So hope you got something out of it. And yeah, let me know what you find if you want to. And yeah, talk to you. And don't forget to subscribe so you know when the next video comes out. It means a lot. Thank you. Bye-bye.